Bob Stawarz. I'm from Chicago originally, and I served in the United States Army 18th Engineer Brigade. I got my greetings in December, right before Christmas, from President Nixon to join, and it was 1968, and I joined the 13th of January 1969 through October 10th, 1970. Vietnam was interesting. I had my degree in accounting from the University of Miami, so I wasn't too interested in going, but I was ready to do my duty and perform in Vietnam. Worked in the communications section of the brigade, and drove a major round for a while, and then worked in the office, and our responsibilities were keeping radio networks secure, issuing call words, call signs, radio frequencies. We changed them out every month. So didn't have to fire my rifle. I heard rockets whistle. That was close enough. So I was fortunate. Well, it's interesting. One of the first assignments was accompanying a garbage truck out to the dumps, and there were 2 or 3 of us on that garbage truck. And as we brought the truck into the garbage dumps, all of a sudden you see Vietnamese jumping on the truck and say, "Oh my God, my life's in jeopardy," But what happened was they had a rule of etiquette amongst themselves that what they took off the truck belonged to them, And so something that is garbage to you is something of value to the Vietnamese, and there's so much that we take for granted as Americans that people don't see in poorer countries that I think that's a big lesson. They are caught in the crosshairs. In our unit, if a sapper came around and tried to blow up helicopters about a half a mile away, we would need to get permission from the mayor to go after them into the village. So. And he's not going to give you permission because it'd be his neck, So I guess what I'm saying is they had to do what they had to do. The jobs that the United States Army brought to the country, they were very beneficial to the people, and they were thankful, and they had jobs. They performed a lot of services, backup services to the service. Overall, the South Vietnam people were very friendly to us. The Vietnamese, the mama sons that worked and kept your place clean, their food was interesting. They would eat fish heads and rice, so something as simple as that was a pleasure to them, So I really didn't partake myself, but had no interest in that.
Where were you stationed in Vietnam?
I was stationed in a place called Dong Ba Tin. It was across the bay from Cam Ranh Bay, and it was about, I'd say, 20, 30 miles from Cam Ranh Bay. Well, a couple of things. When you're over there, you have a craving for a McDonald's hamburger, and when you got to it, it wasn't as good as you thought it was. But the other thing was that I had my degree in accounting, so I came back to a job, and I had a job, so I was fortunate. And the economy wasn't going as that great, so they only kept me for about 6 months, but I was able to find a job shortly thereafter. So I think I had it a lot easier than some people coming back. I wasn't wounded, wasn't incapacitated in any way, so I think I melded in easily enough. I think it adds a lot of character to you. There are things that you don't readily see or socialize in your group with. In the Army, you'll see there are people in there that are have doctor's degrees, have college degrees, have grammar school dropouts. You have murderers in there. Any type of person that you want to run into, you'll run into it. Didn't necessarily want my sons going into the service, and I'm glad they didn't have to, but happy that I served in the service. I was proud to serve in the United States military, and just played a small token in maintaining the freedoms that we enjoy today. I think I've led a good life. I've and had some ups and downs, and lost some jobs, and came back and earned. I was a leader in a sense in the jobs that half of my career was in accounting, the other half was in risk management. In risk management, I dealt with, in the food industry, I dealt with stabbings and shootings and employees throwing hot shortening at customers and dealt with, worked for Bell South for a period of time, and that's when Katrina happened, and it turned out to be a $300 million property insurance claim, so risk management was business insurance, and I dealt with it, and I enjoyed it, and you never know what the day was going to bring with you. I had an officer of a company that came into my office and said, I had a truck that kicked up a stone and hit my windshield. Get reimbursement for my windshield, so you deal with all sorts of types of peoples and incidents and happenings like that.